Good morning, YouTube. Good to see you. We're back for another trading day with Relentless. I was off yesterday, unfortunately, so I didn't even look at the chart yesterday, and I've just looked today on gold daily. Oh my god, mad. We need to calm its tits. Calm its tits. We realised as well yesterday that my streams have been getting blocked by YouTube because me Spotify, where it says copyright free, is actually not copyright free. It just says that so people play it. So it's been blocking certain things, unfortunately. So that's been a bit of a pain in the ass. But everything's tracked anyway, isn't it? Let's get everything set up. We're going to run over the trade we took on Wednesday. And then I'm going for a breakfast, and then I'm going to the beach. Excuse me. We are live. Okay guys, welcome. Welcome. Right. Now, let's have a swig of me brew and then we'll go into the trade we took on Wednesday. Okay, and I'll show you the profits and that we took from that. And then we'll do a top down and get straight into it. We're not looking at any trades at the minute. I'm not liking how the daily's closed and what this daily's done, but we'll see. I don't know if that's... Is that light? I need to sort the lighting out in here. I think I need a new webcam. Anyway. Okay, so Wednesday. Now we took a trade Wednesday, didn't we? We took a trade Wednesday. And I want to show you that trade. So this was... all the drawings are still on from Wednesday. So this was the trade we took. Okay? Let's rewind it back. We don't need this, do we? Okay. So this was our entry point. Now what price done? It actually shot straight through to the next zone. So then that next zone really could have been a second entry, but when I was looking at it afterwards, I don't think I would have took a second entry until we tapped sort of our stop loss area. However, I know that was the daily. So that was the top of the daily. And I did say if we break above there, I'm not interested in the trade. And we didn't break above there, obviously, which was nice. So what had happened is we pushed straight through on the 15s. And then eventually we came down. Now I did say if the 1 hour closes above 23.12, then I'll be getting out at break even once we come down to break even. However, we didn't come back down to break even. Right? we just held. Now what was nice is we did close respecting this level, so it was a sign that, well, we're not breaking above there, we're going to have to come back down in order to push past there. Okay, so we just held, and then 1 hour candle came all the way down, tapped our take, partial move to break even. To be honest, at this point I just put my TP there. Good morning, mate. I'm just going over the trade on Wednesday. So I just moved my TP to take partial move to break even because the hour had closed below, sorry, above, and then we came down, we smashed that area, and then we went from there. I just want to show you the trade. Oh no, it was yesterday, wasn't it? Oh, so let me see if you can see this. So I'll have to show you the full MT4. So there's the trade there, 8th of the 5th. That was the time when it played out. Over £1,000 I took on that, and if you look at my logbook, where's that at? There's so just over £1,000 we took on Wednesday from that one trade. Okay, you can also check, which I haven't showed you this, guys, but so we started in my FX book. It's not from the November though. This is the thing. It wasn't from November when I started the account, because November was a good month. 6k we made in November. This MyFX book only started in January, right? Because I wanted to link the full account up with the same one. So this MyFX book is from January alone. So if anyone has any doubts or jumps onto my stream and think, because the way I trade, you can just look at this MyFX book. And this is all tracked. So we're going to do this for the full year, and in January we're going to come back to it and assess how we've been getting on. So sort of that's the growth we've been getting. Okay, allow. If we scroll down to month by month, so we were up 2% January, and we were down 1.5% in February. That was that last trade, second last trade loss we took. Up in March, 2.5%. April, you could sort of say we're pretty even in April, because I know we did take a loss in April. And May we're up 1% already. So we're doing pretty good. Everything's tracked on me. All the trades are tracked with this MyFX book. So we've got the logbook, we've got obviously MT4, the same account, and we've got the MyFX book. And every trade is tracked with its own link to YouTube. So we can't go wrong really. I don't think we could blag anything. I know there's a lot of blaggers out there. A lot of blaggers, trust me. I've been blagged by a lot. Okay, happy with that. So let's get a top down done now. Let's get a top down. I won't lie. This daily is scaring me. Okay guys, let's start from the monthly. Now now the monthly is heavily bullish, and we haven't come down to that area yet, around these levels. This monthly is now pushing up and got no bottom wick. So what does that mean? Well, that means that I would think even if you want to break past these levels, I think you've got to come down to tap this at least. Okay. Now what this monthly is doing, all it's doing is giving a wick fill. So the previous monthly left us with a big wick. So what tends to happen is price will fill the wick about 3/4, and then it'll start pulling back to flip. Okay, and I believe that's roughly what's probably happening. I would think, and it looks like it could flip because the daily's got no top wick and bottom wick, which I'll explain shortly. So I think we're going to push up to about 24, 13 levels, and then we'll start coming back down for a flippage, potentially. Let me just see if there's news today. There's news today, 3 o'clock. 3 o'clock. Okay, so, but we are heavily bullish on the monthly, but we know that it can flip. Now the weekly, remember what I said with the weekly? Now if you watch my streams back, probably last week, I said, if this weekly doesn't come up to create a top wick for this, then it's highly likely that the next weekly will. And look what's happening. This weekly's starting to head up. Create a top wick. So I can imagine us flipping from that area back down. So we're going to mark this up as our zone. We can't take buys above here. I can't take any buys above here. Okay. Now it does look like price is pushing up to create a top wick for this weekly. And I did say I think we'll have to tap this if we want to carry on down. Okay, and I think that's what's probably happening. However, we're Friday, so is Friday going to keep pumping all the way up to 23.93, or it's going to be next week? What does it? So that's going to be our zone there. Now, so that's a weekly, but we are bearish on. We are bearish on the weekly, and we should be coming down to these levels at 21.80. That's like your next support. Really, we've got no data to go off. So that's our next support back down here on the weekly. Now the daily, very interesting, very interesting, very interesting. So the daily now has broke above this level. What we were, even if you want to go like that, you still broke above. However, what's happened with that daily? Who can tell me, John, what has happened to that daily? What we're a bit wary of. No top wick, good answer, well done. No top wick on this daily. And also, this daily's opened up with no bottom wick. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Well, that means, technically, what should happen is, this daily should end up bearish, some way, shape or form. But it should end up bearish. Now, that's what tends to happen, and I always use that word, tend, right? So, if that's going to end up bearish, could we not look and think, okay, well, this daily's going to pull back, but what is it going to do that today, right? As in, how far is it going to push up? Is it going to tap the wing back area for the weekly and then pull back and close bearish, or is this going to close bearish and maybe nest play, and then the next daily is the one that comes up? Because remember, this is a weekly top wick. So then are we going to come up next week to come up? We don't know. So it's very interesting. It means it could go either way. Well, it doesn't really make it. Tends to close bearish, doesn't it? The opposite one tends to close bearish. Also, another reason why it should pull back is you've got no bottom wick as well on it. So I would imagine this daily flipping. Now ideally what we want really is if this daily could push up, get rid of that top wick on the weekly and then start pulling down and then get a fake out back in. That would be perfect, because now you've created a top wick on the weekly, so you're free to drive all the way through this range now. You're free to drive all the way through that range. Now, how can we look for trades here? Could we buy up? Very risky buying up, because we know this daily could flip at any point. This candle's telling us it should flip, and this one's telling us that it could flip because of the no bottom wick. So taking buys up is tricky. However, where's the only place where this could be heading? What's the reason is it heading up there for? That top wick area. So could we potentially take a wing back sell from there on a higher time frame to come back down? Potentially. I mean, the thing is though, we are quite far away. So it's 250 pips. So is this daily going to reach up, or is this daily not going to be the one what makes it up there and closes small bearish or small bullish? Because another thing what could happen is, let's say we've got this daily like this, We've got no trade set up yet, guys, so we're not really in a rush. No top wick. And then this one opens up and pushing. Let's say this one closes, I don't know, like that. Small bullish with a small top wick. I knew that happened. Let's say this one closes like that tonight. What we expect on Monday? Well, price is technically in this range, so should be coming up to fill the range of 23.91. But you know that you've got no bottom wick and no top wick here. So what does that mean? Well, that would mean that even if price wants to push up here, it's probably going to pull back first, create a bottom wick for this, and then flip to the upside. If that's what's going to happen, and then what you'll be left with is a wick down. But either way, I do believe price needs to come back down to tap 23.41, even if you want to drive past these levels. If you want to drive past these levels, you need to come back down to this area. So if we're saying that, then we're looking at sells mainly. Yeah, it could flip, John, yeah. So it's a case of, can we identify how far this daily is going to push before the flip? That's what we need to identify today on this session. So let's have a look. Oh my God, so bullish. You've got no bottom wick on the 4. We broke out on the 4. What range? No, we didn't break out on the 4. Let's have a look. Now we go into the details. So where is the 4-hour range? What was that? That was the daily one. So where's the 4 range? We've got, I would say that's a range, so we technically haven't broke out. But the issue we've got now is we've got nothing what comes back up apart from this. That's the only data, or maybe this. That's the only data we've got. 2. And what happens with them? They fly straight through. Straight through to 23.93. Good morning, Nella. If you watch the stream back from the start, Nelly, you'll see how we covered Wednesday's trade. Yeah, we were up over 1k on Wednesday's trade. I think that's slow today. Why? Don't like it when it's like that. And no, we're not drawing knobs. I know it does look a bit like a knob. We're just highlighting that. This. When the 4-hour closes above, or not even when it closes above, it can still drive from these levels. So, I don't like how this 4's got no bottom wick. This is, I hate when it does this. So guys, basically if the 4 were closing here, we're clean traffic all the way up. Now the 4 doesn't even need to close in there, because you closed here on this 4 and he still drove up. So it's a case of, how can we get in on that? We can't really, unless, the only thing I'd be interested in is a wing back sell from 23.93. But it'd be off like a higher time frame, really. Got levels here. And you'd have to be careful that you're not going to do this. I don't think you can break them highs while coming back down. And the only reason you can take this as a wing back sell is because the daily has got no top wick, the previous day and this day's got no bottom wick. That's the only reason you can take it. The daily's still classed as closed. Oh no, it didn't broke out, didn't it? So the daily it broke out. Yeah. No. The daily's still respected. So that's the only reason you can take this as a wing back sell. Now here's the thing with stops, so stops are very tricky. I mean that's a 100 pips. very tricky with stops because the range is so big beyond that. So it's, are we gonna carry on driving without a pullback? You tend to pull back here, yeah, all these pull back, but are we gonna carry on driving? And what would tell us if we're gonna carry on driving? Well, what did we do down here? So this, I broke this low, so it did break the lows. So is there enough liquidity now to drive past these levels? Potentially. Potentially. But there's also reasons to come back down. I'm just thinking out loud here, guys. That's how I work. Is it low? Sorry, mate. How's that? Can you hear me now? Is that better? I'm not very good with technology, but welcome to the stream anyway. Okay, so what has happened on the lower time frames? So we've got a potential wing back sell, but because all I'm looking at is this tap and then back to here, so that could be our take partial move to break even. This tap actually comes all the way back down, same again, same again, same again. Stops, I would literally play stops there. Riskier on stops, but if you break that, you're pushing up here anyway, so stops would be quite tight, I believe. 70 pips, not bad. So that's what we'd be looking at now, but I just don't know whether we're going to get up there today, guys, because if you look at these, this morning. So it took one candle, 2 forward candles to get up. This one took 4 to get up. No, sorry, 3. So I just don't know whether we're going to get up there with this forward. I don't think we're going to do it. Probably the next forward, which is not ideal. So the 3. Let's see. We only have to 10 pips. Look at that. 2 hours, no top wick. What are you doing, girl, today? What are you doing? There is a minor support, but it doesn't make a difference because every time you come through, the issue we've got here, we've got 2 previous bits of data to go off. The only 2 times where it came from the lows is here and here. That's it. And every time you just drove straight up, no pullbacks. And if we don't get any pullbacks, we're not going to be able to get in. I could take a breakout, but I'd need a pullback to rule out the bottom wick and top wick. So that's the issue. As soon as you put a buy on, the daily could flip at any point. So it's very risky today, very risky. It's probably in the worst place possible. Okay, let's have a look at the hour. Rocky's on. So what have we got? So every time we get an hour close, let me just mark where this hour's closed. So we've closed there. So we close, we pull back. What's this pullback? Could we take an aggressive wing back buy from here off a 5? So we close respected. It's not a zone, by the way, it's just where it's closed. We've closed in and around these areas. In and around these areas. We pull back to this level, 2364. And then we've left town. Again, we've closed around these levels, if you look at this one. But this is coming back down. And we've tapped off this and then we've gone. The only thing we've got to go off is this, and this, that is it. And it's just not very good. But could we squeeze an aggressive buy up off the 5 minutes? Well, we'd have to check the lower time frames. And let's have a look at the 15. What's the 15's done? Oh, we're pulling back now. Don't tap it yet. So we've actually broke above this. 15 come back. Are we going to reject from 2363? That's the question. Another one. 2363. Okay, them 15s look nice. Let's have a look at the 5. Be very aggressive move this, guys. If you don't like it, because it is a lot riskier, right? Awful day today. So I believe we broke out of this area. Are we going to break a high, come back down, tap, pull back? There is a minor support here, 2363 off the 5. But this would be a case of getting tapped. You'd go for 5 minute really. If the 5 breaks below, you'd just get out. You'd need to have this pullback straight away. And if the 5 breaks below, that would be you get out. Same again. Where would stops? Pips. It's not the best, like very risky taking buys, but if we aggressive with our stops, we could potentially. So the 5's broke below. I need to see something. You got no top wick on this 15. So if this 15 can come back down to tap 2363, potentially we can get in. Because everything's broke out. A 30 though. What's that 30 doing? That's got no top wick. So this 30 is likely gonna close bearish. Do we wait for that? The one's so. Two's closed. I don't know whether I like any of this. Where would stops be? I don't even know where stops would be here because there's no times where you've broke above there and not drove. Every time you broke above here, you drove up. So I would say stops. The only, what's this? How big's this? Yeah, I'd probably go there. That's the only thing, but really, you could probably go 2359. Okay, what we looking? We are pushing back down, aren't we? What are you gonna do? Are you gonna bomb down? 359. This is the only minor resistance, guys. So it's either the daily's gonna start to flip now and just power down, or whether we're gonna reject and push up. Everything, if you think about it, everything is broke apart from the 4. The daily's still respecting. The 4 hasn't broke above this level, right? So the 4 technically could flip. The 4 could still flip actually. So let's have a look at the 4. So the 4's closed here, 2354. So the only times it closes there and then pulls back down to here. So is this 4 going to flip? You've got no bottom wick on it. Or the thing is, you've got another 4 what didn't break out. And then you've got these 4s what didn't break out, but then you just powered up. So are we going to power up? Or are we going to flip on this 4? What's going to tell us? Well, the lower time frame. So the 3, what's the 3 hasn't closed yet. What's the 3 done? The 3 is still respecting these levels. But again, you've got the same thing. 3 either powers up with the next 3 or closes respecting and rejects. So it's 50-50, which is not really good odds. 50-50. The 2 is broke out now. So the 2, there's nowhere else for the 2 to go. Apart from straight up. But we could get a fake out back down because the 3 and the 4 hasn't broke out yet. So that's a 2. The 1 is broke out, and again exactly the same situation. He even broke above this minor. I don't know if you can see. He even broke above this minor. So there's only one place to go. Up. Up. So a risky trade, guys, very risky. However, I don't believe there's any other way we can get in. It's very risky taking buys. The only way I would take a buy is off a pullback where I can move stops quick and I'm aggressive with stops. So it's literally gonna be, look at this 5 now. If this 5 can close back above this range, right? Do you know what? If this 5, which would be the 15, is the 15 going to flip? There's 1 minute left for the 15. Unlikely. But if this 15 can close bearish, and then the new 15 comes down with no top wick, breaks the low, we can look to buy from 23.64. Let me have a look at these 5s again. Yeah, well, that's it, mate. That's what you're trying to work out. But look, we've just got previous data. Price tends to copy what's done. Previous data, them ranges above, from the 2 downwards, you should be pushing straight through to 23.93. And that's all we've got to go off, previous data, really. Could we pull back? Nothing really respects that 5. It's not really a proper 5 range, is it? Not very nice, guys. I won't lie. I won't lie. What was yesterday like? Did you catch anything yesterday? If the hour, it's still got 30, what's the 30 doing? 30's closed bearish. Okay, the 30's closed bearish with no top wick. Now the 30, it's not in a range, so it's not like it's hitting anything. 30 can close bearish, come back down. So yeah, I mean, everything's shown us that. So 100% of the time you pull back to 23.64 and then you flip to fill the rest of the range up. But it's 100% of the time at 2. So so it's, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? Is it worth risking? I would need to see a big pushing candle. So the 15's closed bearish, so if this can come down without a top wick, potentially we can take this as a buy, but it would be a case of, oh, stand by, guys. It would literally be a case of if the 5 closes below, I'll be looking at getting out of break even. And do you know what, guys? That'll probably be it. That'll probably be the trade. So if this 5 can push 2364, right, we could look to get in. Especially with no top wick as well. I do believe you're probably going to have to break the highs again before coming down. Stops on this would be, yeah, be below these levels. If this 5 can make it down, it'd be fantastic, because you've got no top wick on this 5. So it means you're probably going to have to come back up, create a top wick in order to drive back down. So you've got to be switched on here, guys, right? It's going to be fast, because I'll be moving stops straight away to break even off the 5. I've got my blue line as 2367 because that would be my take partial, right? But I'd actually be moving stops closer. If this 5 comes down and closes below, then I'll be getting out at break even as soon as I can. I'll just get out. Yeah, yes, it might still play out, but I'll just be getting out. That's my cut off. I need 1.5 to come down, tap, and then pull away. Okay. Very risky, so if you don't like the trade, don't take it. Do what your risk management is telling you to do. So if you risk less on risky trades or whatever, or if you only take higher probability trades, then don't take it. The way I'm looking at it is the 2, the 1. So you think when you break into a zone, what time frame breaks into the zone first? The lower time frames, the 5, then the 15, then the 30, then the 1 hour, and then the 2, 3, 4, and then they all break into that zone. So we've had all the time frames apart from the 3 and the 4. Now if the 3 and the 4 close where they are now, then yeah, we would have broke into that zone and we're pure clean traffic all the way up. So we're trying to preempt to see if we can go up, but yes, we know the 4 could flip to the downside and the daily could flip at any point, so it is a lot riskier. And that's why we've introduced being aggressive with our stops. That will go off the 5-minute candles to move stops. That's the only way I'd take buys up, really. I can't take buys anywhere else unless I get a pullback. But the pullback, of what showed me with previous data, it only pulls back to 2364 and then it flips again, pushes bullish. That's the only. So if I was looking at buy, that's the only pullback I would need to see, really, because that's what tends to happen. So a very tricky morning. Good though. Tricky days like this, it really helps you. What's this 5 doing now? New 15 still got no top wick, so I would believe if you're going to have to drive down, you're going to have to come and create a top wick for this 15. So if this 15 can come and tap, even if the 15 closes down there, I would think the new 15 is going to have to come back to create a top wick while pushing. So let's see what happens here, guys. 30's got no top wick either. What's this one gonna do? Is this one gonna drive down? Because this 4 could flip at any point really. I'm just thinking with this 4, if it does flip, where's it gonna flip to? Well, the next zone is like here. So if it does flip, could we not just get a sell stop? I don't like this 4 though, because it can flip at any point, but the only reason I'm looking at this is because we drove up without even breaking above. We still drove through that range. And I know there's a weekly top wick there, so is this weekly going to do it? Is today going to do it? There's a big 4-hour candle there that can push all the way. Very, very tricky. Oh, we're dropping here like. Oh, 30. 50 gold still strong. A lot stronger. No top wick, no top wick. I would think price is going to have to come back up there. Can this 5 close respect and then 1-5 pulls back, taps? Remember guys, a lot riskier trade, right? So make sure your risk management's all over it. You're all over your risk management. My God. What the hell is that? USD's getting stronger. 51.5 going up. Gold 59.4. I'm just thinking, how can we sell down? So bullish. No, I don't like that 5. It means the next 5 can really push. How many? Oh, there's still another 5 for this 15. I'd need this 15 to tap it really. This 15 has to tap it. Got no top wick on this 15, got no top wick on this 15. So I would think even if price wants to drive down, you're not just going to drive straight down, you're probably going to do something like this. Well, this is off the 5, remember guys, stops are going quick, so stay switched on, okay? Ooh, we're pushing now. Oh, that 5's closed a bit, bloody. Okay, can this 5 tap it? Oh, come on. See, we don't want the 15 breaking the low. Closing like this because it means the pullback can be further. Oh, come on. 5. Yeah, pullback area. So what you're saying, it's in a fib level 2 push back down. Yeah, I know. I used to use fibs all the time. Guys, I don't like this. Now if this 5 can, what would I need to see now? Guys, this is only on is if I put the wing back area. However, where it's like set to go on. This is, see this what it's doing now, this is what we wanted. We wanted to be in this. But now the 15, we can't have a top wick on this 15. Right, we do not want a top wick on this 15. This is pure micro trading. No top wick. This is what we're seeing, this. What was that? I'm probably going to have to wait and see now. I really needed this 15 to do it. 2, 3. I want a big pushing candle on the 5 to then pull back. It means this 5 can flip to the downside and push further. Five's really enough for me now. I don't know whether I like that 5 now, guys. I mean, the 15's going to close in 2 minutes. I would think the 15's going to have to come and break the highs again. So if the 15's going to have to break the highs, we've got an hour. How far can this hour pull back? Just drive straight through, so I don't even know. They all drive through, I've got no data to go off. This is why we don't like all-time highs. The hours just fly through. There is an area where the hour can close bearish, but this is after like a pullback. Hour closes bearish, but this hour taps it and then pulls back. So it means the next 15 would have to tap it. So if we can get, so if this 15 closes like this and the new 15 pops down and can pull back into that area, that means the hour would be pulling back to respect 23.67. That's when I'd take it, yeah. So that's, yeah, we could look at that. Come on! Next 15. I'll be honest with you guys, that's probably all I'm looking at, because the only other thing I'd be interested in is this wing back sell from here, which you could potentially set and forget, but it's probably not going to happen. It might not even happen today, but if it's going to happen, it probably won't happen until New York. Now I'm going on a boat fishing today, so I want to be done. I'm going to have breakfast, bit of beach. Go fishing. So we really don't want these top wicks taken. Can this new 15 open up, give us a wick fill, tap our area, we'll be in, and then it flips to the upside. Come on, get down. Oh no, don't do that to me. Ooh. The last 15 of the hour. Oh, we're pushing. Because it does look like this 5 is probably going to have to create a bottom wick for this. So therefore, can this pop and then pull back? Even if I flip bullish, that'd be fantastic. I'm not sure it's going to flip bullish though, but we'll see. Are you in any trades, guys? Anybody in anything? John, you would have took a couple of trades this morning, have you? Knowing you, I know what you're like. Nah, you're doing good lately, aren't you? Much better, mate. I'm a changed man. Yes, you are. Yes, you are. Now, the issue we've got now is we've still got time for this 50. It's this hour really. We ideally want this hour to tap and then pull back and close respecting 23.67. So we sort of want this hour to do it. And if it's going to do it, you think we need it to push, tap, then pull back. And there's only 15 minutes left. So there's one 15-minute candle left, right? And this is the first 5-minute candle we're in. So we really need either this 5-minute candle or the next 5-minute candle to tap it. And then it's got another 5 minutes to pull back and close respecting. Well, I say close respecting. There's nothing to respect. We're just going off 5-minute zones. So if we got about a 5-minute bearish close like this, then the new 5, that'd be nice if it closes like this. New 5, maybe come down, tap. Even if it breaks down there, the new 5 then comes back up. If we're going to get that, or this one flips. Down, tap, and then flip. That would look more like it. If we can get something like that. We'll see. Thing is, though, we've had nice profit this week, even though we've. How many days have we traded this week? How many trades have we took this week? So it's the 10th. We only took one this week. My God, we've only took one trade this week. That's not right, is it? Second. Yeah, one trade this week. Bloody hell. That's what I'm saying, guys. One trade. One trade this week, but you've made a grand profit. You do that once a week, £4 a month. That's a lot more than the UK average income. Don't need to trade every day. Took me ages to learn that. So 5 no bottom wick, nice. A reason for this one to close bullish. There's a reason to come back down. Can this 5 come down? It would have been nicer if it came down first with no top wick. We're struggling to drive down. Normally if this is like a flip to push back, you'll push aggressively, but we haven't broken any highs, which is a good sign, because if we do break this low now, I don't think we'll drive because this hasn't broken any highs. So I think if anything he'll come and he'll do this wave effect like that. It's a good sign, as long as we don't break any highs though. We really need this 15 to do it. This 5 candle needs to be the one that activates us. Remember guys, I've got to keep saying, oh, this is a lot riskier trade, okay? It's 50-50 what's going to happen with it. So make sure your risk management's all over it. As per your plan, obviously, you know, I'm going off my plan. I'm willing to take it. Whether your plan's to lower your risk or you don't take it, my plan is I'm going off the 5 minute, that's it, done. So if the 5 minute closes below 23.64, then I'll be getting out of break even. If it doesn't, then we'll hold. But as soon as we pull away, I'll be going risk free. It's really struggling to tap this area, isn't it? You could come straight through to these levels as well. What the hell was that? Yeah, look, we don't want to be closing below that. So close to stops as well. Guys, if you watch the stream back from the start, I go over Wednesday's trade. I also go over the logbook. I also go over the MyFX book, which is linked to this account, so everything's tracked. On our logbook is all the YouTube links for every trade we've took. On MyFX book, we only started this MyFX book in January, but we've been streaming live since November. That's the stats for November. Every trade we've took on this is being tracked. But the MyFX book from January, was it January? Yeah, the 5th of Jan. So we've had a nice steady growth there, really good. The monthly, if you want to know the monthly, January 2.15% up. Feb we took that loss, second last trade of the month. March we're up 2.5%. April we're sort of around the break even area, and we're up 1% in May already. So we're looking pretty good. And believe it or not, what I've learned is steady growth like this, 1% a month, right? You're in the top traders. 1% can't even get my words out. Consistently 1% a month at least. Yeah, that's it. You made. Because you can just always just add accounts, can't you? Do you know what I mean? And that's what it's about. It's not about making 20, 30, 40% in 1 month. People who make high return like that, I do believe, blow accounts because they make high losses. So it's all about nice steady growth each month. That's what it is in trading, really. What are you doing? 5 closed above. I think this was it, guys. This must have been it. It's missed us by what? 5 pips, you little bugger. Don't know if I can take this hour. Yeah, but it's not, John, because it's not about the money at the minute. It's knowing whether you can make 1% every month. If you made 1% every month for a year, forget the money, you just make 1% a month. You could do it on a 25k account, you could do it on 100k, 200k, whatever. You make 1% a month for a year. What are you thinking then? Your mind will just switch to the possibility what it can do to you, because you'll just get more accounts and you'll just add them to it because you know you make 1% a month. So it's not about the money. People think at the start it's the money. Honestly, you need to get rid of the money. Get rid of the money. Just look at TradingView. So when I place a trade, I close my MT4. Don't look at it. Just leave it. I just go off, because when I look at my profit, I think, oh, that's a good profit, I'll close that. Yeah. But if I just go off TradingView, what are the candles telling me? Should I close it with the candles? What they're telling me? Or do I hold? Candle will tell me everything I need. But once you start getting rid of the money, things change. We still haven't got these top wicks here. What is going on? 3 minutes. Let me have a look. There's nothing shown similar. It's never really stopped where it stopped. It's always just drove further up. So I don't know what's going on, guys. I'm very surprised. I mean, I think if anything, the new hour. If these top wicks get took, guys, that's probably me, you know. Yeah, look. That's what we were trying to catch. This pullback. The new hour. I'm going to see what the new hour does. Is this hour going to close bullish? Is this hour going to close bullish? Good morning, Lavo. How you doing, mate? We still haven't got a top wick. Here's the thing. If we haven't got a top wick for these, this could still be on, because to drive down, you're going to have to create a top wick for these to drive down. And if we're still pushing down, it means we've got to pull back, create a top wick for this, create a top wick for this, before coming down. So could this still be on? I'm a bit cautious of the hour, because the hour's bearish now, but it's not closed at any range, anything like that. There's not, because the hour, as long as the hour closes like this, respecting 23.67, this hour taps it, and then the new hour opens and just powers up. Or could we go off these ones? I mean, this hour's closed like that, and then we could potentially still take it, but it just means now that the reach of the new hour could really power down. But can it power down without giving them top wicks? I don't know if it can. Don't think it can. Also, why are we not powering back up? Why hasn't these powered back up? Let's see, so it's a new hour now. If this hour can push down without a top wick, potentially, but remember we're going off a 5. I've got to see something nice, what really sticks out. Got a new zone here, 23.65, so we're only going to tap that. Come on, if this first 5 minute can tap it, that'd be lovely. Gold's a lot stronger now, and USD is getting weak. See, I used to trade OB. I've actually got in there. I don't think I've got it on anymore. Yeah, yeah. Look, it's broke above that OB. Oh, it's rejection block now. Yeah, there's no OBs and nothing there. It's like pure clean range all the way up. But look at all these fair value gaps down here. What are you doing today, gold? Days like this, really, you should just leave it. You just come back on Monday. Nah, we're getting a top wick on this hour here. These are my cut-offs, guys. If price comes up and creates a top wick for this and this, then I'm done. We'll just leave it. Come back Monday. Calm your tits. I'm gonna have a go on the beach. We've got first nice weather on Saturday. Tomorrow we're gonna have an all-day beach day. Paddle boards out a lot. And 500 up in 2 days for this week, so that's already a massive win. Is that just from this stream? Is that just from taking trades on this stream? I can hear his keyboard going. He's so loud, John, with his keyboard. Honestly, it's like. Yep, that's good, that mate. Oh yeah, because you took that break-even trade. You's all got in a bit later, didn't you? He's all got a win out of it. I'll put it down as a break-even, but it was a win for you. Because didn't you grab what 37 pips was it? Oh, that's a nice beach, that, John. I bet you get some good surf there as well, don't you? Yeah, that's good, that, man. Oh, well, that's good. So you have had 2 trades this week, basically. All yous. Yeah, that's it. 37 pips, yeah. That's when the delay comes in handy. I think there's like a 10-second delay on YouTube. Looks like it's pushing back up now, guys. I'm just thinking, could we take a... It's literally in an area now. This is the first pullback, first bearish candle. It's in an area where this is going to decide if it's going to carry on up or whether the 4 is going to flip. Because you're in the last hour of the 4 now. So the second last hour of the 4 closed bearish. So does that mean this one's going to close bearish? And if so, is the 4 going to pull back? Below 23. You would need a 1 hour candle to do this. If the 4 is going to flip. So it doesn't look like the 4 is going to flip. Could it? Could do. Could do. Oh, guys. It's got that top wick there. See what this 5 does. If we get one pushing 5 from this height, then yeah, we could potentially take it. Because we still haven't got a top wick on this, but if that top wick gets took, I'm done. That's why I've only got... I even put the break-even trade on here, have I? I haven't put the break-even trade on, that's why. I was wondering why I only took one trade this week. I'll have to update that. Because the more this pushes up, the more I can drive down. Six Mile Dune Beach, mate. We've got a beautiful beach. Beautiful Newbury, but I don't go there because well, it's so busy. Pictures of this. Look at this. Beautiful. You've got like a, I'm trying to find a really nice picture. You've got the mountains in the distance. So beach, mountains on the other side of the water. It's a really nice beach, that one. And then you've got a wood block right next to it. This is where I live. None of these really do any justice. Come on, there'll be better pictures than that. None of these pictures do it any justice. That's where I live here. Got a beach here and you've got a beach this side as well. Really nice. Oh, there's 5. It's gonna close. Similar. Because you're in are you in Taunton? Is it Taunton you're in? Bearish. Are we going to get a bullish close on this 15? What is this 15 going to do? Okay, we've got a 5 bearish close. Can the new 5 pop out? That's the question. $15.15. So if we can get something like this, we have 2 15-minute closes and then 1 15-minute close, small bullish, and that initiates a move. So if that's the case, we've actually had 3 15 minutes. We need to pop out. I think this was the move. We'd need this 15 to tap it really, and this is the last 5 minutes. I don't think we can drive down though unless we tap this level again, 23.69. I think we've got to tap that, even if you want to drive down. But that's if you're going to drive down, because everything's broke out to the upside, so technically we should carry on. So this could just be the pullback in order to flip to the upside to carry on. Are you new in paddleboarding or do you like it for a while? I used to kayak a lot. I was a kayaker, really. Anything water based really, Nella. But I've had a paddleboard for a while. It's not like I do it for, it's just good fun, isn't it? I want a jet ski though. I'm getting a jet ski. Jet ski, rubber ring on the back for the kids, because we in like a bay, so it's like nice and calm. Fantastic for the summer. I even want a jet ski or one of them, you know, the surfboards with the little propellers on the back, and you sort of, I want one of them. But I'm fat, so I don't think I'll be able to balance. It's like I've swallowed a medicine ball. That's what I look like. I look like I've been kicked in the back by the Hulk. What is this 5 doing? We didn't break any highs as such with this. I can't see this fully driving down. It might come round to these levels, but still you're going to have to pull back if you're going to do that. Or is the 15 going to come down, tap, break the lows, tap? Could we see a 15-minute bearish close still in 2 minutes? And then the new 15-minute open up, tap, closes bullish back in. And this looks like a little fake out to the downside. Could we get something like that? And then does that then initiate the push back up, breaking the highs to carry on? If it does, and we've caught it, we're in the money, because we should be pushing quite far. Quite far. Very tricky morning, guys. It's probably, it's ended. The daily sat in the worst place could be, but it's good though, because you get to see all this. No. One minute for a 15 close. It's not very good for us, that, is it? And I think this was the move here, guys. If you come up and tap this, I'm gonna call it, guys. There's still another 15 minutes left of the 30. Because is this just a pullback for the one to then flip to the downside? What is the 2 going to do? 2 closes in 45 minutes. The 3 closes in 45 minutes. And the 4 closes in 45 minutes. So if the 4 closes up here, you're in the clean traffic range all the way up. You don't even pull back. Or you do actually. Actually, this is coming from this one. It's coming from the upside. There's only this to go off. And this, it should be coming straight through. You might not make it up in the first 4 hours. Well, this one makes it quite far. Me things have been getting blocked. Me YouTube, because on the Spotify this is what it says. It says clean copyright free music. That's the list I've been using, and it's not. So it means I've got to put the YouTube no copyright, which is crap. YouTube no copyright music. Save music for YouTube. Updated. That's the one we've got to use, guys, from now on. Pushing up here, aren't we? Just debating whether so for this 42 minutes left, so I can't see this 4 pushing, but could the next 4 push that far, tap 23.92 and then pull back? It would look something like this. So 79 pips there. Could we do that? What would stops be? Stops would have to be above this high. It's 80 pips. Could we get that on? We could. The only reason we get this on is because the daily could flip at any point. That's it. So if this 4 closes like this, it's now in a clean. That's confirmed. Everything is broke to the upside. It means the new 4 could easily push. But it's whether it's going to push that far to activate. Because this one doesn't quite make it. And this one took a couple of 4s to get up. I think it's created that. Here's the thing now, guys. So if this comes and breaks the highs, it's now got what it's needed to drive down. So don't be looking at breakouts and buying up here, because it could be doing this in order to drive down. Okay, but also it could be the move to push up, and this could be the pullback. So you're in a very, very tough area, really. I don't think there's out going on for me. Let's see how this 30 closes. Fifteen's got no bottom wick. You don't even seem to. There's nothing I can see from previous data to even go off what it's done. It's never done this before, what it's doing. So it's never come up, close respect, and then come back down. It's always, I mean, this is too short. This broke through and then come back down. Do we need to break through before coming down? Maybe. Maybe. This is the closest thing, but this is coming from the upside. So what we're seeing is actually new data. Always looking very nice player. The hour's looking their nice play. Why hours are looking the nice player? You can't. Yeah, you say nice play, mate, but the issue we've got is actually there is an hour range there, isn't there? You're right. But it's not the best of ranges. Yeah, you have actually got that, haven't you? Break above, pull back. You're right, like, you're right. Could be next player. Could be next player. What would you want to see though to get in on this? Because you've been so bullish and the 4 and the 3 still bearish. I think you're best off waiting for the 4. Here's the thing with the 4. If you close up here, yeah, you don't pull back. You just drive straight through. But you would sort of want to pull back. So it's just, everything's just a lot risky really. So you've got to be overly cautious because it does look like it's going to drive through this range pretty easy, but we're only going off twice, and there's such big ranges like it stops. The next four could easily pull back, create a bottom wick, tag here, stop loss, and then flip. Easy, because it's creating new ranges at the minute. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Let's see how this hour closes. I want to see how this hour closes. What are you doing? $30 is the next candle. How is this 30 going to close? Watching anything new on telly? Ever seen that baby reindeer that Martha's going on the, or was on the Piers Morgan show last night or something? I've not watched it yet. Has anybody watched it? What are you doing, gold? What are you doing? back down. We need to confirm a flippage. Looks like the 30 is breaking above here. So if the 30 breaks above, what does that mean? 30 breaks above, it's likely going to carry on. Or is it? Move. Would have been nice if that popped back. It would have been a lovely win back buy. Absolutely mishka mushka. What is this? Do we need to tap that to pull back? You do seem to, when you mess about, you do reject from 2371. Just a bit cautious with these, driving on. Why did that happen? Why did that happen? What time was that? 3:30. 5:30 initiated it. That is rejecting. What are you doing? We still haven't created that top wick yet though, have we? There's still a reason to come back up. Okay, there's the 15, which is the 30 close. So what's the 30 done? So the 30's pulled back in the end. This is the only thing I've got on, but this might have been it. And if you do come back down now, how far can you drive really with that pullback? You haven't broken any highs, I suppose. I don't think you can really drive down. But you need one big pushing candle. Like if this 15 could come down and tap it. Very boring this morning, guys. Very boring. Someone give me a conspiracy we can talk about. Or football. Or fishing. Just messing about, aren't you, in this range? 3 minutes for a 5 close. 15 closed bullish still. So you should get a wick fill, I would imagine. 30, it closed bullish, but didn't break the high, so that tells me that this one could flip to the downside. The 2 is going to close in 30 minutes, the 3 is going to close in 30 minutes, the 4 is going to close in 30 minutes, but then I would need a bottom wick in order to take it, and I don't think it's going to create it. Guys, I think I'm going to call it. I don't think there's any point staying on. I am potentially going to set this up on my personal account. I'm not going to put it on stream though, because we're not going to activate it on thingy, but I am personally going to put this on 2392, because if you're driving up, if the new candle does drive straight up without bottom wicks, then it's likely going to come up and you're going to get some sort of pullback in this area. So I do think you'll get something like that, and hopefully you can come further back down. But so I am personally going to get this on as a wing back sell, but I'm not going to put it on stream, so it won't be tracked. I won't add it to the stream record or nothing like that. That's the only thing I've got going on, really. It's unfortunately it's just the worst. When you wake up and you've got that, you need some pullbacks and that for me to get in, really. There's nothing much I can do. That pullback's probably not going to happen until the 4 hour closes, which is 30 minutes. Then I'm going to need a pullback, but then I don't know whether I'll be taking this as a wing back buy, because we probably would have broke the highs again off the 15, which looks like we're doing now. So there's reasons to drive down if it wants to drive down. Then you've got to work out how far down you're going to come, so that you're looking at another hour from there. So you're looking at another 2 hours before you're even looking at a setup, and there's just no point. 9:30, 10:30, that means be 11:30. So there's just no point staying on. You might as well just come back Monday. Alright, any questions for me before I go? I'll be back Monday. Yeah. Whatever. We had 2 trades this week. One was break even, one was a nice profit. 28 pips we've grabbed this week. So not much, but if you've took every trade from stream, that's what you'll be up so far. Okay, so we're well in profit. We're doing really good, and I'm hoping you look at these streams and think, do you know what, the discipline. Yes, you might not get a trade every day, but that's what it should be like. You can't just place a trade just because you're on the charts. Yeah, you've got to wait until your setups. Unfortunately, that's what it is. You've got to be disciplined. So, yeah, I hope you're enjoying the streams. Drop us a like, subscribe to the channel. Be much appreciated. Have a fantastic weekend. It's meant to be a scorcher, and I will see yous on Monday. Alright, guys. All the best. See you later.